Okay, let's talk about your career. Are you really building it on solid value, or are you just trying to make the most noise? Today, we are going to break down Fanny and Lovu's incredible framework. It's designed to help you speed up your career, not with hype, but with real, tangible, can't ignore it impact.
No, really, take a second and think about it. Do you ever feel like all those late nights, all your best work, your big wins, are just getting completely drowned out by the person who's just, a little better at talking a big game? It is such a frustrating feeling, and it's a huge signal that the way we think about career growth is changing.
And this lays out the two paths perfectly, right? Over on one side, you've got the noise. Office politics, being seen but not really adding anything, all visibility, zero substance. But on the other side, that's where the real currency is, proof of impact. This is where you build a career on expertise people recognize, on results they can see and touch. And you know what that builds? Trust, unbreakable trust. And trust, that is everything.
So the big question is, how do you actually build that trust? How do you make your impact so undeniable that people have to take notice? Well, that is exactly where this powerful framework comes into play. Let's dive into the top talent blueprint. Now, this isn't just some high-level theory, okay? This is a practical, step-by-step system. Think of it like a roadmap for anyone who's ambitious, who's ready to stop just being busy and start being truly valued and, let's be honest, well paid for the work they do. And this, right here, is the core idea in a nutshell. It's a massive mindset shift. You're going to move away from just talking about how valuable you are to actively proving it with every single project you get your hands on. All right, so where do we even start? Well, the first step, and honestly the most critical one, is all about your direction. Because let's face it, if you don't have a destination, you're just wandering around, no matter how hard you're rowing the boat. And that first step is all about getting one thing: absolute, total clarity. You have to know where you're aiming to make an impact before you can even think about proving it. This means getting crystal clear. Like, what is that next role you're really aiming for? And maybe even more important, what are the exact skills you need to not just get that job, but to be an absolute rock star in it? Without that clarity, all your hard work is, well, just a shot in the dark. Okay, once you've got your roadmap, it is time to hit the gas. This next phase is where the magic happens. It's all about turning that smart plan into real action and results that no one can argue with.
These next 3 steps work together like a well-oiled machine. First, you develop those specific high-value skills you already identified. Then, you find really compelling ways to show off the awesome results of using those skills. And all of that, that's what forges your real, authentic professional brand.
And here is a super important point. Don't just go take some online course and slap a certificate on your LinkedIn. No, the blueprint says you have to apply that learning, find a project, or hey, even create one where you can use that brand new skill to get a real, measurable result for your company. That is proof of impact in action. And once you have those amazing results, for goodness sake, don't keep them a secret. Whether it's a presentation to your boss, a quick article about what you learned, or a full-on case study, you have to make your value visible. And remember, this isn't bragging. You're just reporting on the value you created. It's a business update. This is where your whole story comes together. Your LinkedIn profile, how you talk about yourself in meetings, your internal company bio, it all has to tell the same compelling story, a story that's backed up by the skills you've built and the results you've delivered. So you've built the foundation, you've showcased your value. What's next? The final phase is about cranking up the volume on your influence and really cementing your reputation as a leader in your field. These last 2 steps, think of them as the accelerator pedal. This is where you go from being a fantastic individual contributor to someone who influences the people, the projects, and even the industry all around you. The key word here is intentional. You have to be intentional. Network with a purpose, not just to collect business cards. Make yourself known as the helpful expert inside your company, the person people come to for advice. Every single one of these actions builds a reputation that starts to walk into rooms before you do. So, after all this work, what's the end game? You've put all 6 steps of this blueprint into practice. Where do you end up? Well, the result is an absolute game changer for your career. At the end of the day, it all boils down to this. The goal isn't just to be good at what you do. It's to be recognized for being great at it. And even more importantly, to be trusted. Trust is the master key that unlocks basically every major opportunity you'll ever want in your career.
And when you earn that kind of recognition and trust, the results are very, very real. All of a sudden, you're on the fast track for promotions. You have the leverage to ask for and get a higher salary. And you finally achieve that status we're all looking for, becoming truly valued, sought after, and respected top talent. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Stop thinking just about the skills you need to learn. Start thinking about the proof you need to create. What is the one project, it can be big, it can be small, that you could start tomorrow to begin building your own proof of impact?